Hi, take two. Dr. Dina Churchill, innovator of women's health and wellness, and I'm here tonight to talk to you about sleep. And I think I'm live. Maybe somebody can give me a thumbs up because I'm in a bit of a cocoon here. Uh, let's see. We'll see. So sleep. Why is sleep important? Well, sleep is a time when we rest and repair and recover and restore. We're tested during the day and then we're rested at night. So what is a recommended number of hours to sleep? It really depends on, thank you, okay, great. It really depends on you individually and where you are in your life. The more stress you have, the more sleep you have. If you're sick, you need more sleep. So the more inspired you are, the more you're doing things that you love, the less sleep you need. And when you're resting and restoring your body, you decrease your risk of cancers, because cancer is really a taxed immune system where the body doesn't create that process called apoptosis to break down the cancer cells. So by having the correct rest, you're also getting, decreasing your risk of cancer. You're decreasing your depression. You're improving your health in many other ways, like you're balancing your weight, improving your memory. You're also reducing aging, because aging, you're recovering and repairing your skin and your organs when you're sleeping. So sleep is important. This morning I seen a video or a post by a friend on Facebook said she was having problems sleeping. So Kathy, you really inspired this video for me. And, I think I look like a pretty calm person, but I've often had problems with sleep and turning off my brain and my anxiety and relaxing. So I thought maybe I could share some of the things that I've learned and techniques that I've used to help me relax and sleep with you. So you may find it helpful. So I've broken it down into 4 different tips. The first one is really a routine. So what I do is wake up in the morning, go to Point Pleasant Park, try to catch the sunrise, because the sunrise is 1600 degrees Kelvin. So that sunrise is at a certain particular position in the sky that it affects your pineal gland. And it helps you reset those circadian rhythms. I don't know if Corey's watching, but Corey had introduced me to Jack Krause, Dr. Jack Krause, who talked about a video of magnetism and light and water, and I loved it. So Corey might post that link for me. Thanks. So again, resetting, let your brain know that it's time to wake up. This is your routine. So it's morning, it's light, you're moving your body. So I'm walking through the park, again, tiring your muscles so at night you can be tired. And then at night, it's the exact opposite. You want to kind of get comfortable, get into comfortable clothes, turn off the technology. So turn off your computer screens an hour or 2 before bed. TV as well, because your computer screen, the light from your screen lets your brain know it's about 12 o'clock noon. So you really need to shut things down, turn down the lights, keep it dark, get comfortable and quiet, and don't exercise before bed, because that kind of wakes things up. So having your routine, whatever your routine is, it could be a hot bath, nice music, reading. And for me, it's chamomile tea that I have almost every night, and that helps really relax and put me in the mood for sleep. Next is diet. So avoid caffeine if you can. Totally. If not, then at least kind of after lunch, avoid caffeine. Not just coffees and teas, but chocolate also has caffeine. And don't eat or drink alcohol before bed. So eating, at least avoiding 4 hours before bed, because you don't want to be digesting your food. You want that energy to go into the rest and repair and recover. So don't eat. And what I've been doing for the last year is something called intermittent fasting. So I have one big meal kind of at 2 to 4 o'clock in the day, and then I don't eat until the next day between kind of 11 and 12. And that allows the liver cells, the cells in your liver, to kind of detoxify. So it's a way to detoxify, to balance your weight, to help reduce inflammation, to help your body heal. So if you don't know about this already, intermittent fasting. And again, Corey had sent me a link, Dr. Jason Fung, who's done a lot of research on this. And he claims you can even reverse type 2 diabetes with this type of intermittent fasting. So if you want one great health tip in this video, it's intermittent fasting. Look into that. So don't eat before bed. What else do I want to say? So there's other supports that you can use in supplements. My mom's just healing through cancer, so she uses melatonin and CBD and THC oil at night. And there's lots of other things like ginkgo biloba, valerian root, magnesium, lavender, the amino acids glycine, L-theanine, and tyrosine. If you don't need them, some of these things I'm recommending are general recommendations, but that might work for you. But speak to your healthcare practitioner, holistic practitioner, primary healthcare provider about supplements that might be particular for you if you're still having some problems. Then third tip is your bedroom. So your bedroom is quiet and calm. This is where you sleep. So if color stimulates, you'll notice my bedroom here is on a neutral color scheme. I don't have much on the walls. I have a few things on those walls that you can't see, but it's quiet and it's calm and it's going to be dark at night. And then free from electromagnetic energy, so the best you can. So I turn off everything at night. I unplug everything except my grounding sheet. So I have a sheet underneath my mattress that has these like silver coils through it. Let me just show you. And this I bought on Amazon, and it has a plug. So you plug in here, and then the other part of the plug goes into the electrical outlet. So I have a grounding sheet under my bed, and I also have a pillowcase that, again, helps ground your body. So the ground has a certain frequency. This is something you can research too, grounding, and it helps cocoon me or protect me from the electromagnetic energies in the air, not just from things like alarm clocks. So you'll notice I have like a travel alarm clock, a wind up alarm clock with a battery, so I don't have those lights from the alarm clock. You should look into that. And we try to turn off things at night, like routers. Cell phones are off all the time. I know I turn my cell phone on for pictures and that's it. But this is something that I bought for my stepdad where I'm staying right now. And it's called a Faraday box. And it looks like a bird cage. But the router goes inside, and I can put a link on to where I purchased this. But this cuts down on the electromagnetic energy from the router about 95%. If you haven't seen my video on 5G technology, please go watch it, because this technology, this 5G technology, is a small millimeter military weapon wave. That's what all our Wi-Fi is riding on right now. And that wave actually can break down the bonds between the helix of our DNA. So it has, if you can Google, the detrimental effects of 5G technology, or watch that video, because you really need to protect yourself and your family. So this Faraday box is one thing. Alan Mayer, Facebook friend, has a company where he has other devices, and this is a pocket ground that I sometimes use during the day. Again, this is like a magnet for electromagnetic frequency, but this is really important. And look, if you have kids that have cell phones, you can buy these little stickers that you put on the back to help absorb electromagnetic frequency. Tell them to turn them off during the night. I bought my kids, alarm clocks, because a lot of the kids use their phone, right, for alarm clocks. So electromagnetic frequency. I don't know if there's anything else I wanted to say about that, but make sure, things are unplugged so you can unplug. Mattresses and pillows. So when I was a chiropractor, well, I'm still a chiropractor, I'm just not licensed chiropractor. I get asked about beds a lot, mattresses. So the research says medium to firm mattress is what's recommended. And I personally like the individually wrapped coil springs. So I think, the memory foams and the high density foams, have their benefits, but there's a lot of off-gassing, and I really like the coil mattress. I think, they've standed the test of time, and I feel like it gives firmness. So medium to firm, and you can have a pillow top if you want. The individually wrapped coils allows you to move in the body, in the bed, without your partner kind of falling over on top. So individually wrapped coil spring mattress is my preference, medium to extra firm. And then pillows. So again, I love a feather pillow, but a pillow that can mold to the shape of your head, because you need to be comfortable in bed, right? So if you're sleeping on your back and you have a big pillow under your head, it's pushing your head forward. So what does that do? It really restricts your breath, right? So if you see a person that's unconscious, what's the first thing you do? chin tilt, right? Or head tilt to put air in, because that opens the airway. So if you're sleeping on your back with a big pillow under your head, you're actually cutting off your airway, not to mention what you're doing to your neck. But this, I think, this and obesity might be responsible for some of the like sleep apnea things and whatever. So if you're sleeping on your back, all you really need is a little pillow, a little roll underneath your neck, so your head can be straight. And then if you're on your side, you need a pillow that's going to fill in this space, so you can be on your side with a bigger piece. How can I do this? So your nose and your chin and your sternum is in a line. So if you're a bigger guy and you're sleeping on your side, your shoulders are broader, then you need a thicker pillow. If you're a child, you need a smaller pillow. But a lot of the research now is saying that sleeping on your belly is actually better for you. So I always kind of like snuck over onto my belly, except when I was pregnant. But if you're a yogi and you know the gecko position where one leg is up and you're kind of cuddled into your pillow, lying on your belly. Again, this is assuming that your core strength is there and that you don't have a big beer belly. We need to work a person into that. But it actually helps with the curves in your spine, which are like coils in a spring, helps dissipate the forces equally over your spine and puts your nervous system in a relaxed position. So having that curve in your neck or the curve in your lower back actually is beneficial for, belly sleeping. And it, studies show that kids are put on their bellies. It actually helps to reduce scoliosis and things. So you can research that. But belly sleeping is a position I love. And I love moldable pillows because then you can mold it to wherever you need in whatever position you are in. So we talked about mattresses and pillows, and then be comfortable. At night when you get home, you want to kind of take off your tight clothes. So ladies, take off your bras, because bras increases cancer 2 times more than smoking. So take off your bra, put comfortable clothes on, and again, allow your body to kind of relax. And then sleeping naked is often, the healthiest, because your body gets a chance to breathe. Also having cotton bedding is helpful, instead of polyesters, because again, it allows your body to breathe. I have a bamboo blanket that's really quite lovely too, or feather duvet. So natural materials helps your body breathe. And if you're naked, that allows it to happen. Modulate the temperature in the room. So I like a cooler. I actually keep my window open a little bit, but I have a feather duvet that keeps my body warm. So again, keeping your environment sort of calm, cool, and free of electromagnetic energy. Tip 4, oils, meditation, and breath. So before I go to bed, I have my tea, my chamomile tea, and then I oil up. So I have this oil from sage. It's called Sleep Well. So it has valerian in it, and it also has lavender, and some men in my family don't like it, but I love it. Sleep Well. And I also have a stress relief one. So there's all sorts of different oils and families and combinations out there, but this is just one that I like, and it seems to work for me. So the oils really help. And if you haven't seen my video on essential oils, if you scroll down the page, you'll see it. It's really lends some wisdom, I think, to the essence of plants and how it can affect us on a very profound level, because we can sniff this and it's just one synapse to our brain, so it affects us immediately. So if you put this on, you'll be out in a light out in a minute. That's going to be for Rosanna, my Maui flatmate, who did a video about that. So the oils are really good. That helps kind of relax your body and get you into sleep mode. And meditation and breath. So I seen this thing on Facebook this morning, and it was talking about sleep. And they said, there's 4 voices in my head at night. 3 are worried about my job and my kids and the problems of the world. And the 4th voice is wondering if penguins have knees. I thought that's really funny. But that's it, right? As soon as you get in bed, your mind starts to race. So even if you're thinking about meditation, it's really hard to kind of calm yourself and come into the moment. But if you use your breath, it can happen really quickly. So ancient cultures, in India, actually in Sanskrit, they call it yoga chittavritti nirodha. And that is calming the fluctuations of your mind is kind of a basic tenet of yoga. But using breath. And also in Egyptian cultures, they look at the ankh and they think the breath is actually the point between spirit and body. So the breath is like a vortex, into another dimension. So if you can control your breath, you really control your reality. Your inhale, because it brings in oxygen, stimulates the sympathetic system, and your exhale is parasympathetic. So what I suggest is starting off with equal breaths, say 4 inhales, count to 4, hold it for a couple of seconds, and then breathe out. 4, count to 4. Hold for a few seconds and breathe in. And then what you can do after a few rounds, see, just doing that, I can feel my energy kind of ground and calm. But then you can take maybe 4 inhales, hold a few seconds, and then you could do 6 or 8 exhales, so your exhale is slower. And that can put you more into kind of a parasympathetic resting position. So we talked about the oils, meditation, and breath. So let me just review. Routine. Morning, sunlight, movement. Night, calm, dark. Diet. Don't eat, drink anything other than maybe chamomile tea before you go to bed, because you want your body to be clear and clean and have lots of energy to devote to your healing and your anti-aging strategies. And if you need to use supplements, melatonin is a great one, but there's also other herbs and spice, the lavender, ginkgo biloba, and valerian root that also work the amino acids. Your bedroom needs to be calm and quiet. It's a place of serenity and sleep that you're going to not have too many things to think about or too many things to stimulate you. So keep a neutral color scheme, keep it dark, keep the electromagnetic energy away. Use, if you can, these grounding sheets. I'll probably put up some links, but these grounding sheets are really helpful. And grounding pillowcases. You can get grounding blankets. Make sure you're comfortable at night. So comfortable clothes, or preferably sleep naked. Have natural materials, a good mattress, a pillow that supports your neck in different positions. And finally, oils, meditation, and breath. So meditation doesn't have to be in front of a candle in a lotus position. You can be meditating as you're sleeping. And all you have to worry about is just counting your breath. If it doesn't work, get up. Don't stay and worry and fret about it. Get up and do something. Not on the computer, because the computer light is going to make you think it's noon, but do something. Write down what's in your mind, maybe. Or write down your dream, the dream you had last night, or write down a story, or draw, or color, or read. Do something that will actually help you relax, than just to stay in bed and force yourself to sleep. The amount of sleep you have, I haven't used an alarm clock in a long time, unless I'm traveling, and I use my travel alarm clock because the time zones fill me up. But if you have enough sleep, you wake up with the sun. I mean, that's what we do, right? Animals, we wake up when it's light, we wake up. When it's dark, we go to sleep. So if you happen to hit snooze button, 4 or 5 times in the morning, you need more sleep. So it doesn't have to be 6 or 8 hours. Sometimes I sleep 4 or 6 hours and I feel rested. But you'll know what's good for you. And again, every morning I just kind of, when it's light, I kind of wake up. And that's when I know I've had enough sleep. If I'm stressed, maybe I'll sleep more. But I don't know if you have any questions. Graveyard shifts, call that because it puts you in the grave early. Yeah, thanks, Corey. That's right? Because you're off your routine, just as you get used to kind of a night shift. And also people that are living in, we have friends that are in Iceland, where they have long periods. So it's harder for them. If you're in a place where it's dark, you may need full spectrum lighting to help stimulate your body, to let it know it's day and night. Any other questions? That was great. Corey, thank you for that comment. I can't seem to scroll. Oh, okay, good. I see you. Good. Some links there. Good. Thank you. Lots of questions there, Corey. Use AC in the room to keep it cool enough. Yeah, if you're in a warm place like Daytona, but if you're in Halifax, Nova Scotia, we don't need air conditioning. Probably 2 days during the summer we might need air conditioning. But that's a good point, though. I was just in Maui doing yoga teacher training for a month, and I didn't use the air conditioner in the room because I like, again, my body to kind of feel and acclimate to the surrounding temperature. So I think if you're really cold at night and you have the air conditioning on, and then the next day it's really hot, I think it's harder for your body to accommodate. So Corey, sleep naked, take your covers off. Any other questions? here. Meditation, breath. Thanks, Heather. Your penguins do have knees. Thank you. I've been wondering that. I can sleep better tonight knowing that. Have trouble sleeping. That's a blessing. 2 minutes, a minute out, 7 hours. Amazing. Do breathe. Yes. Thank you, Tanya. Okay, good. Well, thank you all for watching. And I will post some links if you have any questions about any of the products that I've shared. Please don't hesitate to ask. You can join me on my other page, which is Dr. Dina Churchill, Innovative Health and Wellness, Women's Health and Wellness, or I just created this different Instagram account. So I'm kind of new to this, and I love to have followers. So if you happen to be on Instagram, I'd love to have you come and look at me there. I'm sort of learning how to post and how to start a business. I've been in a position where I'm having to look for another career. So I think my Instagram might be a platform by which I can build out. So I'd love to hear your ideas of what you think maybe I offer to you, or what you've seen me offer here on Facebook. And I'm looking for a brand. So I have something in mind, but again, you'd be the people I'm serving. So I'd love to hear from you. So thanks for watching. I'd invite you to reach for the stars, envision and achieve your personal best, and most of all, enjoy the journey. This is Dr. Dina Churchill signing out.